Here are 5 ways you can become a Christian AI content creator. Well, honestly, life is not 5 steps, so you're just going to hear what I have to actually share because honestly, I'm just figuring this out. But somewhere it said that people love hooks, and I needed to develop something that just entertains for a moment. And honestly, the video isn't that kind of a video, but I knew that if I literally used the title I thought of or used that as a hook, I don't know what people would say. I'm still figuring out this whole content creation game. So yeah, this is just me coming as I am. So as we're beginning now, the actual video is about, well, it's not really the actual video, it's still how to become a Christian, how 5 ways you can become an AI Christian content creator, but this is more in a format of a learning log. This is my documentation. I just felt like starting with what I thought I could start with was not going to help. So, as my first learning log, I will be telling you some of the things that I have been learning before I became a Christian AI content creator. And when I say Christian AI, I don't mean generation, faceless accounts, and so forth. I literally mean AI and Christianity coming together as one. And so, that is more of what I will be doing. I'll be inviting AI to Christianity or Christianity to AI, whichever way you think sounds better to you, one of the two, but these two coming together as a unit and not as something separate, because there's just a lot of talk that we know around the Christianity and AI, how people of faith think about it, how they've been going about it. So now I will be just trying to invite these two elements, these two things, and making it one at this moment. So, what have I been learning this moment as a Christian AI content creator? Most of what I learned is mostly off camera, which has been a lot because the last time I posted has been quite shady. I know, I should have been consistent. I haven't been. And so, some things I have been learning, even though you guys haven't been seeing it visually, I have been learning them a lot in this moment alone. So, one thing I have learned beginning, there are a lot of elements. First, I'm going to start with my reality. That's what I'm going to title this, my reality. Some things I'm learning is that I just have to post, because a lot of times before you actually post, there's a lot of excuses like, oh, my background looks like this, people's content looks like that, and so forth. And you can see a bit of patches on the wall, and it's been some of the things that have been hindering me from posting. And other things that I can say is time, figuring out a perfect time, figuring out a perfect moment, just wanting things to be perfect. But when it comes to things of God, you just have to do it. You just have to be obedient. It's not about the perfect background. It's not about the perfect thing. It's the perfect setup. Because if you see my setup, you'd be shocked. But we move. So I'm still figuring out this whole how to create content and how to create good content and how to get rid of stuff like that and so forth. So I'm still learning how to even editing. I'm telling you, the day I get an editor, right now I can't afford it, but like the day I get one, it's heaven. Editing is one of the things that I don't really enjoy doing just for doing it. I can edit because I have to edit this video, but like not out of enjoyment. Like I rather have somebody else do this and me just show up. See, like, and some editing that I've seen, like some of y'all's know how to edit, like Instagram reels I've been seeing, the YouTube videos, just adding text to these, like it's just a lot of an amazing things that I, non-editor, cannot do. So I wish for this video to be more advanced and like have these beautiful text, this wonderful background, and knew how to use AI to like change my background. But right now I have no talent in that aspect, so I am figuring out this editing one step at a time. And also, if I can get like tools to be able to like edit for me, I hear Opus Clip is a good one, so I'm gonna try it. So if you ever see Opus Clip on my videos, just know your girl got lazy. She got lazy to edit. I got lazy to edit, so I'm like, here's my solution. So with editing, that's what it is. And another thing that I can say is just my reality is also another thing I can say is also my reality is just also finding time, finding space, finding a place to edit, and also finding a phone to do it. Yeah, how can I do it? So yeah, so this is just a few things. So it's resources and just figuring out skills that I don't have, and yeah, a tad bit of like the actual showing up, like that and so forth. But right now I'm just going to show up as I am and just work with that, because things will develop and I'll improve eventually, and my state and resources will increase. But for now, let me just be obedient to what I have been called to do and so forth. So for now, I will be showing up as I am. I don't have the perfect gear and the good editing skills like some people do, but when I will have it, you guys will see, and you'll see a difference. But for now, this is what you get. It's the Gilda you'll be getting. And then another thing I would like to talk about is also just the things that have been going on behind the scenes and so forth. Because for me to actually show up as I am and show up as a lot of things, I have to also go through a pruning season, because this isn't something that is just going to be taken lightly, or something that I'm just like, I just woke up and was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. No, it's something that God put in my heart to do, and so I'm doing it. And the pruning season has been a lot, I won't lie. The character development, the changes in who I am, what I really have to go through, like it's like an onion. Like, you're literally an onion, and like everything you have to peel off for you to actually get to the actual onion, you see, because onion is, it has layers and so forth. So there's the outer layer, which is just excess, and then you get into the actual onion. So it's like that peeling off, and there was a lot of unraveling and a lot of just pruning, changing. Just, there's a lot of stuff that I had to deal with, me and God, and we had to like deal with it. Like, it was just a lot of pruning season that you may not have seen, but like this video after, I think, honestly, I was supposed to start this whole personal brand thing like a long time ago, and I'm literally starting now, because there's a lot of unraveling that has to come up, and a lot of limiting beliefs that have to be taken out, a lot of change in mindsets, me having to understand what God looks like, what I look like, and just figuring out me. So the pruning season was a lot. I feel like that was the most intense moment and so forth. So my foundation has to be like firm. I have to be firm in my foundation, and my foundation in Christ and so forth. So literally the season of pruning was just another thing. It's a lot. And another thing also is the third thing, I'm going to call it the character development season. I'm going to call this season the character development. I won't lie, after the pruning, after the taking out, after the dealing with your traumas and your emotional stuff, then you get into the character development. This is where literally now God is telling you, this is who you are, this is what you have to do, this is what skills you have to develop. And I won't lie, there's a lot of things that I am not, that I'm still learning to be, because when we see many other people, they are high achievers, perfect people, and come up as, yes, there's just a lot of, especially when you look at the internet, like everyone's life is perfect, and some of us are just still figuring out this whole content creation games type of a thing, and if not, they're just figuring out me. And to have just a lot of people tell you that, hey, you're supposed to do these 5 steps. Life is not 5 steps, guys. It's not 5 steps. I tell you, I've watched all the videos, I've listened to all the podcasts. Life is not 5 steps. It's not that simple, and so forth. So literally having to figure out now who I am, how I have to show up, how I have to speak, what is my voice, who do people want to hear, who should people listen to, and so forth. Even just figuring out who I should listen to, because that's also another thing, because everything that I consume influences me, and everything that I will share on is what influenced me first that will influence you now, and so forth. So also checking who do I listen to, who's speaking into my life, who's not speaking into my life, and so forth, and who I should just disregard as a whole. Because there's some people that I love them, but like maybe they, for this season and time, they're not the perfect people I should be listening to. Because sometimes we want to look at somebody who is like a millionaire, fully got it and fully figured it out, but I'm literally here fully at level zero, like zero, guys. Like, this is skill set not there. Like, I have enough knowledge, but I don't have the skill set like other people who you see online. I'm still in a messy state, but figuring it out with God, fully with God. And another thing I also have to speak about is learning AI, the learning part. Okay, so I haven't been the perfect student, I won't lie. Perfect as in not only good grades and so forth, but like learning. And those people who you have to tell them, okay, I can't say I'm those people, but at times you have to tell me 5 times before I listen. And at times I'm like, oh no, you told me, I get it, and then like go and do the opposite of what you said. I'm like, no, I'll figure it out. You tell me do this, and I be like, okay, do that, but I can do it Gilda's way. And yeah, I'm those students at time. So it's like literally learning the learning aspect of like the AI. It's a tad bit of that, and a tad bit of figuring out what to learn with, because this internet is full of information, guys. The information is a lot. It's a lot. So when you come up now saying, how do I learn AI? If you ask the right tool, if you Google the right person, if you find the right person, like there's just 10 different people who'll tell you 50 different ways. Not even just 10 different ways, 50 different ways on how you can learn this AI correctly. And there's just a lot of noise. So it's like the learning part is a bit of me figuring it out. And right now I'm just literally figuring it out. And I have found a system that I'm going to use for this moment. I don't know how to learn it perfectly. I'm not going to say that I figured out the next way to learn AI best. I don't even know what I want to learn in the AI space fully. I know there's generation, I know there's automations, I know there's machine learning, figuring out being an engineer, being a leader, being a product manager. There's so many roles in this AI space that I don't even know who I want to be in the space, because there's still the ethics, there's still the development, there's just so many aspects of AI that I don't even know where I want to get into. I'm interested in certain parts like the automation. I find that interesting. Building systems, I don't know, I find it interesting. And if not that, I also enjoy the ethics side, because it's interesting to me. And yeah, figuring things like that. Those are some of the things I enjoy. And also the leadership side of things. Yes, I also enjoy that. So these are just a few things that I literally think are amazing about AI and so forth. So as I am speaking, maybe you might be thinking that, oh, this girl, does she know her stuff or does she not know her stuff? It's a bit of both right now. I'm still figuring it out fully. And so this video, I still need to get to the fifth point, but before that, I just wanted to say that if you see that this is a tad bit messy and she's all over the place, bear with me. This is literally my second video. The first one I posted, which was also a bit of, I tried editing, guys. I tried editing, and yeah, but for now, this is the new video and it's my second one, which I haven't posted for a long time. I have to also update you guys on that. Why didn't I post for a long time? Well, there's a lot of reasons. Firstly, you know, the situation of like being like, oh, but I don't have perfect gear. Do you see people's Instagram videos? Do you see people's YouTube videos? The editing, the good skills, the wonderful background, and so forth. So there's just a lot that had caused me not to post. Yeah, a lot of barriers, and also just a tad bit of dealing with like the limiting beliefs, because there's a lot of limiting beliefs that the onion still needed to be peeled, bro. Like, it still needed to be peeled. When I thought, oh, I got over this, then you just realize, no, you didn't. You have to go back into a certain season and so forth. And at times, I feel like I kind of rushed the process at times, because I kind of was like, oh, I'm gonna do this, because there are videos I recorded and I thought I could post, but when I watch them, I'm like, oh no, I'm rushing a few things. I'm not in the place where I can fully represent in a good way and so forth. And like, my language was a bit messy. It still is. I'm still learning the communication, learning storytelling, because there's a few aspects that I still have to learn, especially when it comes to personal branding. I feel like I have a good niche, but branding is also another thing I have to take into account. That is the fifth point. Branding is an interesting thing, because one thing let me fix myself. Oh, I'm sitting so uncomfortably. Okay, so branding is the fifth point. It is literally one thing that I'm figuring out is not simple. I thought that when I see these people who figured out and have like wonderful brands, that it was easy. You can just pull up a camera and hit record. It's not that simple. You still have to figure out content that aligns with your niche, content that aligns with what you're trying to represent, the message you're trying to share. And you still have to figure out how to be a person of integrity, because especially in my niche, I have to be someone who is fully integral. When you're representing God, there's a lot of things that you have to become first before you move out into the world. There's really like that pruning season. You cannot go and think that you're going to reach step 50 when you didn't even figure out step 1, which step 1 is the pruning. The character development has to happen, because you can't, when you reach at a certain stage, if you're not integral as yourself, if you're not honest, authentic, transparent, if you can't be these things beforehand, it's going to be very difficult for you to move out into the world as a proper, good representing Christian. Because for me, I have to figure out the personal brand side of things and still be like, okay, how can I do this that it aligns also with God? Because it's very important. These two things. I'm not a content creator just being like, oh, I'm gonna make a video and look cute and look nice and look this and that and say anything I want to say. Like, my words matter. They matter to the masses. They matter to me. They matter to everything I represent. So in branding, these are some of the things I have to also take into account, because I'm Christian first and other things after. Everything else after. If I ever have to be a leader, a businesswoman, and anything after, Christian first. So I have to look like what I am who I am. Like, who I am has to be founded by Christ and so forth. So yeah, so branding has been that, figuring out how I show up with integrity, and also figuring out how I sound, figuring out my voice, figuring out how I use this AI, because when you are an AI content creator with Christianity, when you're a Christian AI content creator, it's nice having these two things together, but you can lose yourself. And at one point you'll see yourself like too dependent on AI than dependent on God. So also still figuring out how to balance these two things, because AI can think it has all the answers, but it does not. Only God knows who you are, knows what factors, what influences you. He knows everything that influences you, and AI knows. No matter how good you are at prompting, you're not gonna tell AI your whole life. No matter what, it is never going to know you like you know yourself. It can be able to analyze and understand the psychology behind certain things, but it will not be able to connect with you the way God can. Yes, because God knows us fully and is able to help us where we need the help. And all the subconscious stuff that maybe we don't realize are happening, He's able to see them. But AI is not going to tell you what's happening in your subconscious, and what's happening in your conscious, and what's happening in your life, and where you should do this, who you should talk to, and like, it does not know all those things. Only your God knows it. My God knows it. So yeah, so these are just a few things that I wanted to share, because I feel like me not posting is not going to make this any easier. It's not going to make my background change color. It's not going to make it, like, it's not going to make a lot of things happen the way I'm thinking. Like, in my mind, I'd like to think that, oh no, I'm far there, like at step 50, but my reality is at step 1, and that's it. No matter what I want to do, even if I can think I'll edit like what, I will do like what, I am still here in the beginning, and I wouldn't be authentic if I didn't actually show you guys my reality and the things that are going on. So this is just something I wished to share, and this was a long one, but that is me. I love long videos. For those who have short attention spans, sorry if you clicked off already, but I enjoy the long form content and so forth, and this is how I will be sharing my story. This is my first learning log, because I was supposed to do a lot of firsts. There were a lot of first learning logs before this, but now, so yes, as I was saying, figuring out this personal brand thing, I'm still figuring it out, still figuring out even how I show up, because it's also important for me to know how I show up, know how to articulate, know how to communicate. I know I speak well enough, but not how I should speak, especially when I look at the people who inspire my speech. I'm like, I'm getting there. I'm not there yet, but yes, there's a lot of repetition. It's an error I still have to deal with, but yeah, moving forward, this was my video, the 5 ways you can become a Christian AI content creator, as the book says. But yeah, this was my first learning log. This is just me figuring it out. So hopefully next time when you guys see me again, I will be much more prepared. This was off the cuff. I had the 5 steps only, but the script was off the cuff and so forth. So yeah, I'm so happy to see you guys again and to talk to you guys again. And so yeah, that's a bit about me, a bit about this moment. So right now, I think this is the end. I don't know how to do an outro. I won't lie. It's difficult. It's difficult. Anyway, as I was saying, the outro is going to be okay. Also, don't forget to follow me on my Instagram, which is the first link in the description. And also, yeah, that's the only thing I have, my Instagram. And that's for something else. Anyway, that's it for me, Gilda Lumbay. Toodles and God bless.